Sharp King here. Welcome to another episode coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com. And today I'm going to tell you something that most people won't tell you about relationships and marriage. And you're never going to hear about it in the mainstream media. And you probably won't ever hear about it from any of your friends, family, peers, co-workers. Relationships takes work. And this is why it's not a popular topic in the media. Because most people don't want to work at anything. Better yet, I'm going to say relationships, marriage, has to be an ongoing process, kind of like a lifestyle. This has to be something that you're consistently taking action on daily, weekly, quarterly, annually. This has to be a part of your DNA. This has to be a part of your lifestyle. This has to be embedded in you. Because there's this perception where it's like some people think, okay, if I got one girl, and if I get tired of her or get bored with her, I'll just go get another girl. And things will be much better. It will be better for a while everything is new, while everything's fresh. But if you go get another girl, you're going to have a set of new problems. So whoever you're with, you're much better off working on whatever problems you have. Because the grass is never greener on the other side. And this is what most people won't tell you that's been together in relationships or married for a long time. They won't tell you that you're going to have to work at any relationship, especially a long-term relationship like a marriage. There's no pie in the sky. There's no relationships like the novels or that you see on television. That's kind of like a fantasy, kind of like an illusion. And people look at television and read novels, and they think that the perception is that everything looks easy, everything looks effortless, everything should be handed to me just because I look nice and pretty, just because I have on a nice dress, I got a nice car, I make lots of money, so everyone should flock to me. I have the best clothes, best shoes, best hair, best this, best that. So a lot of women and some guys have the entitlement mentality. Just because I come from a certain type of family, or because I have a nice paying job, or I'm a celebrity, or I'm from a certain part of the world, or I hang around a certain group of people. They think that they don't really have to do anything. They think that everyone should flock to them. A lot of people have that entitlement mentality. But if you really talk to people that's been together for a long time, they've been together for, say, 20, 30, 50 years that I've met, wise men and women, they'll tell you that it just doesn't happen that way. I mean, these people that's been together for a long time had all type of trials and tribulations and all type of challenges, but they're still together because they understand that it takes a village to raise a family. And they understand the concept of relationship and marriage. If you get married, you're bringing two families together like an empire. Like it's kind of like when two companies merge as one. That's what marriage is. And marriage is by law a business. And if you don't believe it, go down to your local courtroom, and these judges and attorneys are cashing in on people's ignorance. So marriage is a business. This is why I said in another video that you should never get married just for love. You should never get in a relationship just for love. See, it's not about how you feel. It's not about what you believe. It's not about what you see on television. It's not about how your friends think. Not about how you're going to impress people. It's not about any of that. No one cares about any of that. When you go to that courtroom, if you get a divorce, and when you go in that courtroom, the judges and attorneys, they're going to laugh at you if you start talking about how you feel and what the family think. And he doesn't love me. They're going to laugh at you, and they're going to tell you, pay this on your way out the courtroom. Because it's this business, nothing personal. But a lot of people think it's personal. They take things personal. They get all emotional and make emotional decisions. And this is why most men and women don't get along in America. Because no one really listens to anybody. Everyone has their own agenda. Everyone has their own intentions. This is why marriage is at what 70% divorce rate today? And marriage has failed in this country. Marriage has failed in this country. And no one wants to talk about it. And the people, think about this. If you get married today, the odds of you staying together is 30%. The chance of you getting divorced is 70%. So why would you want to even get involved in anything in a business like that, like marriage? There's always an exception to the rule, of course. But how do you maintain? How do you maintain friendships? How do you maintain a marriage? That's the question I always ask people. That's the first question I ask people when I met people that's been married for a long time. I asked them, what's the secret? How'd they do it? And mostly the reply that I get is, some people say, don't expect shit. Don't have all these high expectations. And it has to be like, you have to be in it to win it. It have to be like a lifestyle. There's always going to be challenges. You have to expect challenges to come up. You have to support each other. You have to be as one. You can't be an individual. And you have to have short-term memory. You can't hold on to things. You can't be spiteful. Can't hold grudges. And you have to have your own rules in your relationship and marriages. You can't use what your parents or your grandparents used. A lot of that stuff probably won't work for you, because Everyone's not created equally. I'm sorry. What worked for your parents, I can almost guarantee you it probably won't work for you. Because we're all different. We're all created equally, but once you leave your parents' womb, forget about it. We have different beliefs, different perception. We see things the way we see it. We hear things the way we hear it. So it makes logical sense that a lot of the stuff that your parents and your grandparents probably told you, and a lot of stuff your friends probably told you, it's not going to work. And you should always seek counsel from wise men and women, people that actually have done what you're trying to do. Don't listen to your girlfriends, your single girlfriends, or your single guy friends that haven't done anything that you want to do. But that's what happens majority of the time. People are listening to people that haven't done much of anything. And this is what a lot of people won't tell you about relationships. It has to be like a lifestyle. It has to be embedded in your DNA. It has to be a part of you. You have to be in it to win it. You have to be as one. You have to work as a team. Because teamwork make the dream work. And the grass is never green on the other side. And it's just business. One of my friends always he always says that the saying goes like this: love is law and love is law and marriage is business. That's it. Love is law and marriage is business. That's something that he says all the time, which makes sense if you really think about it. Because it's not all about how you feel. How you feel is not going to keep you around this man or this woman. It has to be something deeper, something bigger than just that. Because if you get caught up on how you feel, well, the person that you're with can be replaced. If it's all about feelings, you're going to go out elsewhere and somebody else is going to help you feel a certain type of way. So that doesn't make logical sense. So it's not all about how you feel. This is why you shouldn't get in relationships and get married based on just how you feel and just for love. It has to be something bigger than that. And most people don't think like this. Most people think small on a simplistic, childish type level. I don't believe people really want to think small, want to be small. I really think people had intentions of being that way or thinking that way. But if some people know better, they'll do better. But you just can't, as a woman especially, you can't manipulate and bait and switch and use a lot of deception in marriage as well. That has to go. That has to stop. Because when you manipulate the guy, that breeds distrust and envy at some point. So you gotta be in it to win it. You gotta be a team. And if you're gonna have kids, you have to be a good example for your kids. You can't just say, do what I say, not what I do. That doesn't work. If you do that, you're gonna raise the next generation of failures. So this is what most people won't tell you about relationships and marriage. So if you like what you heard, subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram. Check me out on at chooseyourrelationships.com. The links are going to be at the bottom of this video. Until next time, Sharp King is out. Peace.